going to do this video. I don't want to. I hate doing these stupid things. It's my belief in God that keeps me going, because I know not a whole lot of people are listening, and Crack Squad certainly ain't getting the clues. But that's why I thought I'd make this video. Kind of explain, like, Jasmine's got to be thinking I'm just going after her friends or something, so why should she pay attention to me? But I'm just trying to say, Jasmine, like, sometimes things are not as they seem. I'll tell you a little story from my childhood. A pretty shitty upbringing. Finally kind of got away from it. Kind of got to move to a new town where I got to go to school with my old friends. You see, I was kind of poor when we grew up, so, you know, always kind of looked down upon and stuff like that. But we moved to this new town. I had a job, so I'm going to be starting high school, you know. And so I could afford to buy nice clothes and stuff like that. I just had to get it for myself, you know, so I was pretty proud of myself. Pretty excited, you know, start high school and stuff like that. Unfortunately, the only bad thing about it was like over an hour bus ride there and over an hour bus ride back home. But anyways, first day getting on the bus, getting along with everybody. Cool. Next day, cool. 3 days in, cool. All of a sudden, I noticed that people weren't talking to me. People were kind of looking at me weird and stuff like that. So I was like, oh well. Go along my day. I go to leave for school. Getting ready just before I was supposed to go to my bus, I get called down to the office. Asking me why I was picking on the mentally challenged girl on our bus. I said I didn't do it. They told me it was best for me just to say that I did it and all this other shit. I refused. Got back on the bus. Nobody really talking to me. Had a lot of bus rides. People saying shit about me. Picking on me when I thought I was finally getting my fresh start. Went through this for, I'd say, like a month. Until one day, one of the older guys in the back of the bus happened to notice something. Because the girl, the mentally challenged girl that walked by, they asked her, "What'd he say to you today?" Well, she happened to say something that I said, I can't even remember what it was. And the boy in the back actually said, "I watched this time. He didn't say anything." So, because of someone's lies, my school year kind of went to shit because people looked at me differently based on lies. How fast do you think that traveled that wasn't a lie back to everybody? Nah, it might have trickled to a few that were on the bus or whatever, but it's funny how that happens, though. But then, you know, more weird stuff like that happened afterwards. Because it was one girl that was always going to complain about me. She was much older than me, kind of popular or whatever. But she was the one going to tell on me because this girl was telling her. It is really weird that some girl would just get in her head that I was calling her names and picking on her all the time. She just came up with that by herself, right? It was funny too because I had a situation with this girl afterwards where after I was done playing baseball, me and my buddy are driving our bikes, and all of a sudden some people started yelling at us. Us being kids, I mean, you know, your first year of high school and stuff. Just being kids. And it was this girl yelling at me. And all me and my buddy did was hung them a mooner, gave him the finger, and went away. You know what happened to me after that? They called the cops and told them that we exposed our wieners to them, which was a complete and utter lie. So on top of that, when the police came, not only did they lie to me and say that the other guy said that I had done it, and I said, well, if he said it, he's a fucking liar. That cop still charged me with indecent exposure at that young of age based on a lie because he couldn't intimidate a couple kids. See how people's lives can fall apart over just one individual? Now, this individual was popular and she was loved. That's why I'm trying to warn you about Jamie, maybe. Because guess what? Everybody thinks manipulators are these big evil people. No, they're only big and evil to the ones that they want to get. The ones being manipulated think that they're the nice person. So I'm just trying to warn people that Jamie's not as she seems. Because like I've said, I don't think Sly's the greatest person in the world. I don't. Some of the things she says I find utterly appalling. But at least you know who Sly is. She's telling you, you have the choice whether or not to be around Sly. She's telling you exactly who she is. But she's also being fucked with. That Jamie says that she paid for a lawyer to find out who did this to fucking Sly. At $210 an hour. At 9 hours. So that girl almost paid $2,000 just to prove to Sly. Why didn't she bring the lawyer receipt? Or something? Why would you say that you would pay $2,000? Like, how much money do you people have? Is YouTube like making you rake in the cash or what? Like, what's the deal here? You people are, you guys say I'm crazy. You fucking people are fucking weirdos. Well, you're the crazy one because you say you're chosen. Well, yeah, I am. If you can't prove to me there's not a God, then you can't prove to me I'm not chosen. I never ever said Ryan Upchurch was chosen. I said I think he's chosen. And instead of you guys taking that as a compliment towards Ryan Upchurch, saying that in order to be chosen, you have to kind of walk like Christ, like a gangster, and do what's right and have a heart. So that's kind of who I thought he was. That's like, I'm looking for a platform. I'm looking for someone to help me. But don't worry, in the coming videos, not that you fuckfaces will even watch them, I'll tell you how to defeat the bad guys. Because guess what? Right now, you guys are losing and you're losing bad. Psychobabble is making you guys look like a joke. And all the rest of this shit is doing nothing but helping Johnny Gagburn. And we all know he's a piece of shit. He changes personalities from one day to the next. He's playing everybody. He knows who to silence and he knows who to get going. I don't know. You guys are being defeated by a bunch of dummies. But it's because you're doing dumb things. You're being even worse than them at some points. And then you're giving them the opportunity to shine. They're getting home runs off your shit. Well, Psychobabble is anyways. Johnny Gagburn's not smart enough. And then the shit you guys expose Psychobabble for, he comes out looking like a star. You don't think that dudes can't relate to some fucking woman fucking them over and feeling like they don't have a choice because they'll get financially fucked? So they're putting themselves in fucking Psychobabble's position, and then all of a sudden it's like, you ain't got time to watch both sides. He's just picking up on some shit. He's like, I can relate to this dude. These other fuck faces, the audiophile group, fuck them, man. They're dumb. He ain't ever gonna check you guys out when you guys say real shit. Because you guys say real shit too. Hope you guys get it one day. Come together. Because as a group, if you put your little noodles together, you could take Johnny Gagburn down pretty easily. But hey, that was just a little story. I just wanted everybody to know that sometimes what you see is not what you get. Because I had a lot of people not liking me for no reason. And that's a hell of a way for a kid to start high school off. Everyone thinking that he would actually pick on a girl that was mentally challenged. And then some sick, twisted bitch just wanted to carry it on and even tried to get him charged. Meanwhile, the kid had never, ever been in trouble. I wonder why kids grow up not to trust cops. Lying to them, trying to get confessions, making shit up. And then you end up going to court and one of the girls says, no, they just hung a mooner. How much of my time in my life was wasted worrying about someone else's lie? All comes down to lies, people. Like if I was Rusty Truck, I'm just saying, I'd pull the receipts out on those world-winning audio files. That's what I would do. So there's got to be some sort of record of it, right? If it's world, I mean, there's got to be a record of at least attendance or something, right? The contestants or something. I'd pull that stuff out, Rusty. I'd give that to him, but hey, I don't know.